Over to you, Shane. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Shane Harrick, and I am a member of the Disability Advisory Committee for the City of Yarra. I'm also chair of a charity called Accessible Beaches Australia. As you may notice, I am a person living with a disability, and I live in Richmond. As most people with disabilities will talk about lately, it's very difficult getting around our local area because of e-scooters blocking footpaths, people getting nearly run over by e-scooters. It's something that a lot of people with disabilities have been talking a lot about for quite some time. The Disability Advisory Committee voted on the October 2022 that the City of Yarra paused the e-scooter trial for the safety of people with disabilities and those that live in the community. I then spoke here on October 2022, that's 151 days ago, asking the elected members to take steps to pause the trial for the safety of people with disabilities and those in the community. At that meeting, Mary Osman, who's here today, came up to me and said that she'd like to organise a meeting with me in coming days to talk about these issues, and said that they're obviously something that we would like to work towards. 8 attempts were made to meet with Mary, and unfortunately I wasn't able to secure a meeting until the 24th of November, where Mary cancelled that meeting a few hours before. I then tried 5 other times to book a new meeting, and then Mary went on annual leave. Lee Barker responded to me on the 11th of January and offered me times for a meeting. A meeting was finally booked on the 20th of January, which was 88 days after I spoke at the last council meeting. After that meeting, Mary said she would get back to me in a few days on a few points, and that still has not happened. Mary had RSVP'd to our Disability Advisory Committee last week, but didn't turn up. Mary emailed me today, coincidentally several hours before this meeting. That email still does not answer the following points. Mary advised that e-scooter trials will soon come to a close. Mary has not addressed this in her response. No reporting of the trials has been provided or mentioned on either 3 locations. Mary has advised enforcement is another way to help with the issue. Mary seems to have failed to address the enforcement in her response as measures to help with these issues. Mary has advised that there are clauses that City of Yarra can exit the trial, and I've asked for information regarding that. Mary has not outlined any of the clauses in the trial contract, nor attempting to discover them. I asked what might trigger City of Yarra to exit the trial, and Mary has again not outlined the triggers to exit the trial. I requested a copy of terms of reference. That still has not been provided. I asked Mary if City of Yarra can do some communications around how to report e-scooter safety and issues, and this has not been outlined, and no information has been given around that. Lastly, from the meeting on the 20th of January, Mary advised that she would send an update on these items at the start of the new week. It has been 8 weeks since that meeting and still no response. It has been 6 months since our issues for people with disabilities has been raised. 24th of November, I met with Mayor Wade to talk about footpath issues. At the end of that meeting, I spoke to officers who told me about geo-footprinting and how the issues should be fixed.
Sorry, Shane, if you could try and wrap it up, that would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I'm going a bit over time. So in summary, e-scooters affecting the safety and independence of people with disabilities, which has become very clear. Can Council please explain why issues raised by people with disabilities are being ignored for almost half a year, and why the department managing e-scooter trials will not respond to concerns raised by people with disabilities? Sorry for going over time.
Thank you, Shane, very much for your submission. If you could just press the button there for us. Thank you. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor, I've just got a point of order before you give. It's not on this matter, but it's an important point of order. There's a bunch of people out the front of Richmond Town Hall who some have registered to speak, some want to come, and there are some seats not sat on here, and they've been locked out. Is there any possibility? I think we can fit a few more in here. It's a peaceful crowd. It's just it's a shame that they're locked outside. Is there any possibility you could consider that, please?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jolly. Ahead of tonight's meeting, anticipating a large crowd, we sought advice from our municipal building surveyor, who unfortunately has advised... who has advised that our room is at capacity this evening, and obviously we need to consider the well-being of all members of the community, staff and councillors who are here tonight. That said, I'm happy to go downstairs now and find anyone that's registered for that to speak at this meeting and ensure that they are admitted, because we have reserved places for them here in the room. Unfortunately, I won't be able to admit anyone that is not registered to speak tonight, and they'll have to make alternative arrangements to watch the meeting on the live stream. But I will go downstairs and seek to find anyone who had committed to speak tonight and ensure they're admitted to the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for that further clarity. Back to your question, Shane. Thank you very much for making your submission this evening. It's very much appreciated for the detailed submission you made. At this point in time, I am going to defer to Ms. Mary Osmond for a response on this matter.
Through you, Deputy Mayor, I will outline by saying there were delays in responding to Shane's email, and I apologise and take full responsibility for that. I will, however, correct that there has been various engagements with both the DAC and the ACCC, and that has been occurring over the last 6 months. Council takes very seriously the concerns that have been raised by not only the DAC, the Disability Advisory Group, but a number of residents who have raised concerns with e-scooters within this municipality. Council has been raising this with the state government when we regularly meet with them, and we've also been trialling some geofencing around e-scooter parking in Gertrude Street, Smith Street and Bridge Road. So we are going to continue to engage on this topic with a number of concerned residents, and we will continue to have those conversations with the state government. At this stage, Councillor, there isn't much more that I can add to the response.
Thank you very much, Ms. Osmond, for your response. Shane, just to note as well, if there are further engagements with officers, I'm more than happy to attend, as I've indicated, outside of these chambers. At this point in time, we're just waiting for the 2 other councillors to return, and we will then get on to the next submitter. Thank you.